Early in his life, Ralph Carmichael said to God, "If you will help me develop my talents, they'll all belong to you." He says he's really living because God is using those talents. Early in your life, you began using those special talents. How young were you when you got your first instrument?
Well, Don, first of all, thank you for having me on the program, and it's good to be here.
Well, thank you for being here.
And I need to tell you something that happened before I was around.
Oh?
My father played the fiddle. It was called a fiddle, yeah. And
not a violin?
No, in those days it was called a fiddle.
Okay.
And he became a Christian in a little Baptist church in Scottsbluff, Nebraska.
I see.
And when he became a Christian, they said, you can no longer play the fiddle.
Oh.
Because in those days, the fiddle was an instrument of the devil because they played barn dances. Now, my dad didn't play barn dances. He would play those early melodies that he learned in Sunday school. But they made him give the fiddle up. And he didn't do it, though. He put it under his bed.
He faked it.
He faked it. And as I remember the story, of course, maybe it's been elaborated on, but I guess a few years into his Christian walk, he wasn't growing like they thought he should. But they found out that he had that fiddle under his bed, and that was the reason.
That was the reason he wasn't a better Christian.
All right, now we skip fast forward.
But what was he doing then for a living?
He was picking sugar beets. He was actually, his claim to fame was he could top 1.5 acres of sugar beets a day.
Wow.
I don't know how I remembered that. I don't know how you knew to ask it, but anyway. But my dad was not a professional at all, but anyway, years later I came along. He married Mom, and wouldn't you know, the first thing he put in my hands was not a ball and bat or a set of ice skates or something. It was a violin.
A violin this time?
Yep. And it was an eighth size. I don't know if it was a quarter size or an eighth. I just know I was 3.5.
3.5?
3.5. But he made sure that I got that violin. Not only that, I remember my first teacher's name. Her name was Georgia Morey. And he started me on the violin. And that began a series of searches for, I had a curiosity. I was born with a curiosity for sounds. And we had an old Emerson radio, and I would listen to the radio, and I'd hear the orchestras. And there also was a guy, later when I got into school, there was a guy in New York by the name of Walter Damrosch. And he produced a program for music educators, and we got to listen to that program every Friday. And but one thing led to another. I was interested in this sound, that sound. How do you make this chord? How do you get that rhythm? So I just automatically was always on the search for the sounds and the musical forms. Well,